Okay, I need you to do what I want done. I want my brother. I want my brother to be raised up. So I need you to come on. I need you to come on. Okay. Well, now you turning your belief system back on. Why? Because the preacher done showed up. But when the preacher wasn't in your face, Msphine. 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 You gonna do this? Yep, I sure am. When the preacher's not in your face, look, y'all better hear me this morning. We got to stop that stuff because the preacher ain't in your face. You you got a whole nother life going on. But then when the preacher in your face, now your belief system done kick back. Man. Now your belief system done kick back in now. Got the preacher in your face. Now y'all know, just go with me, travel with me in your mind. You know, I like realistic stuff. I like realists. And check this out. You could just imagine some of the folk that saw them when they were outside of their life in front of the preacher, when they were accusing Jesus of being this bad person because he was not there, and they had these attitudes that they had, you know, and they saw them in that behavior. They saw them conduct themselves that way. But then turn right around, and when Jesus showed up and they saw them walk into that tomb with Jesus, you could just imagine how folk would be if you the type of folk that I am, just straight up, you'd be like, now them folk were just over there talking about that man. They were just over there talking about that man. You know, over there, over there bashing, and probably done told some stuff that they done seen him do, something that they heard him say, some other sort, because you know how folk will do when they get pissed off at you. They'll tell what little secrets they think they got on you. That's the reason why I try to make sure don't nobody have nothing on me. I cuss you out in public, just so you ain't got no secrets or nothing on me. Go ahead and just tell the truth about it. Go ahead and just tell it. Yeah, I cussed them out. I sure did, and I cuss them out again if they come up here with some stupid stuff. So, so you don't have to have no secrets or nothing on me. But you can just imagine anything that they thought that they had, that when they had got mad at him for not showing up because he didn't show up and heal Lazarus like they wanted him to. You just imagine that they had some conversations that they were talking in front of this other group of people. But then now, as soon as Jesus shows up on the scene, they back to believers. I'm weak, y'all. They back to believers now. They back to believers. They back now. They back to praying. They back to they back to conversating, about God. They back to talking about revelation or whatever it is that the Lord done showed them. They back to that now. Now that Jesus, they're fiend. they back to that now. Now that Jesus done showed up on the scene. But when he wasn't on the scene, it was a whole different conversation that was going on. Whole different talk was going on when Jesus wasn't on the scene. But he shows up now. It's a whole different thing. He shows up. Now their belief system wants to kick in and everything. So, verse 42, Jesus is talking. Now, let me go back and show y'all what I'm talking about this belief. Go to verse 40. Let's go through verse 40 one more time before I go down. They were struggling with the belief because Jesus said unto her, he said I not unto thee, that if thou wouldest believe, that is, if you would have just believed, thou shouldest see the glory of God. It would have happened, but see, your belief system was messed up. You only believe when I'm in your face. You don't believe when I'm not in your face. You got a whole different system going on when I'm not in your face. Verse 42. So he's talking to the Father now, and he says, and I know And I knew that thou hearest me always. So if you have to catch the latter part of verse 41, let me give you that so you can get the whole context of what he's saying. He says, Father, I thank you that thou hast heard me. And I knew that thou hearest me always. But because of the people which stand by, I said it, that thou mayest believe that thou hast sent me. You see what Jesus said? Jesus said, this has got to be done because of the condition that they in. Verse 43, and when he had thus spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot, with grave clothes, and his face was bound with a napkin. Jesus said unto him, loose him and let him go. Now, I need y'all to see something in verse 44. He that was dead came forth. He was bound. I need y'all to see this. I need y'all to actually pay attention to verse 44 in context. If the man is already dead, why did you need to bind him? They bound him hand and foot now with some grave clothes as if he was going to get up. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying to you today. You can mess around and be in such bad condition and allow yourself to be in such bad shape that you, Lord have mercy, God, it'll have you doing some crazy stuff. It will have, when I tell you sin will have you doing some crazy stuff, and battling against God will have you doing some foolish stuff. It'll have you binding up folk that's already dead. Why did you, where was he going? He was dead. Where was he going? He was dead. Where was he going? He was dead. Why did you need to tie up his hand and his feet? What was the purpose of you putting this napkin over his face? What was he going to say? What did that represent? And even if he was going to have a smell to him, what was that napkin going to do? What was that napkin going to do over his face? You see, I need y'all to understand with me today to see just how messed up sin I have you. Oh, God. Just how messed up sin I have us. It'll have us messed up. How you making some foolish decisions. It'll have you making some foolish decisions. When I say you, I mean us. It'll have us making some foolish decisions. They done bound a dead man as if he gonna get up and go, where you going? Where you going? Put a napkin over his face. What that supposed to do? What, you gonna keep flies out of his mouth? Or something? I mean, what you doing? Jesus said unto them, this is the latter part of verse 44. Jesus had to say to them, loose that man and let him go. He had to tell them. He says, y'all mess that got him in this fix. Oh, definitely. Girl. This something y'all did, he said. I didn't do this. This something y'all done. Oh, God help me. God help me, please. This is a situation, this something y'all done did. I didn't do this. I didn't tell you now time to do this. But you see what being out on your own will do? It'll have you making a fool out yourself. I didn't tell you to do this not one time. He said, you loose him. First he had them, he made them remove the stone. He said, you put it there. So you remove it. Then he said, y'all go untie him. You the one tied him up. I didn't tell you to do that. If you had just stayed in the realm of belief, I shouldn't have to babysit you in order for your belief system to stay, because it's going to tell on you, it's going to reveal where you at. If you got to be babysat, you ain't ready. You got to be babysat. If there's got to be a monitor on you at all times just to see what you're doing, just to be able to watch you, to keep up with what you're doing, then that means you are a baby. That means there is a immaturity, that you are unsafe. If that's got to take place. He says, so you created these conditions, you untangle these conditions. You look at the scripture, you can see in the scripture. Okay, I'm going to show y'all in the scripture. And I'm going to open up with some questions and stuff. I'm going to show y'all in the scripture. Jesus told them. Verse 39. Go back up to verse 39. Jesus told them. It starts out in verse 39. He said, take away the stone. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't put that stone there. And I ain't going to take away the stone. Go down now to verse 41. You created this mess. You clean up this mess. Verse 41, look what he said. It shows you that they took it away. It says, then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. And then that's when Jesus lifted up his eyes and said something. He said, then, Father, I thank you that thou hast heard me. Jesus didn't move until they got all that mess out the way. I'm just trying to tell y'all this morning, he can't move until you get all that mess out there for you. He can't move till you get all that mess out the way. But then I need to show you this. It's going to be revealed what kind of mess you got in the way. Are you serious, Pastor Lee? Yeah. Pastor Lee, show me how it's going to be revealed what all kind of mess I got in the way. I'm so glad y'all asked this morning. Let's go to verse 44. I'm going to show you exactly what's going to be revealed that you got in the way. The stuff that I hope, girl, let me get myself, Lord, forgive me for all of it, any of it. Let's get, look, come talk to me. Let's work it out. Look, verse 44 going to show you what's going to be revealed. It says, he that was dead came forth bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was bound with a napkin. Didn't the Lord expose it all? Didn't the Lord expose it all? I'm trying to tell you. It was all exposed. It was all exposed. And if you look and stay in verse 44, and I'm going to show y'all the process of deliverance. I'm going to show y'all the process of deliverance. Because a lot of you miss your deliverance because you won't be honest enough about yourself. You still like to lie. You still like to live behind certain doors. You won't tell the truth about yourself with stuff. And that's why your deliverance can't come forth. When they sent that man forth, verse 44 again, when they sent that man forth, they sent him forth bound hand and foot with them grave clothes they had on him. And they even had the napkin still on his face. Then it said, Jesus said unto them, loose him and let him go. See, Jesus said, I need y'all to bring him to me just like you put him in now. They're fiend. That's why I'm free, ain't it, God? That's right. Bring him to me just like you put him in now. I don't need you trying to dress it up. I don't need you lying about it. You funky, you just funky. Don't do none of that. Bring that junk just like you put it in there. Because I need to hear you from the place where you are, not from the place you trying to pretend to be. I don't need to hear. Some of you, that's why your deliverances are just, they're not genuine. Some of the stuff that you claim to be delivered from is not genuine because you only grab deliverance from a place that you presented. You didn't grab deliverance from the true place. You didn't let God get in there in the true nature and the essence of who you are. You just allowed it from the place that you saw. You got people, I have literally seen this in my time of serving God. I have literally seen people that would come to the altar and the Spirit of God would be moving on them very